Yeah, we're live.
We're live?
Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here, Kyle. Yo.
You can add that in there. Fuck you, Mike. You want to throw one in there? Fuck you, Mike. Welcome all to this week's episode of the Corman Fantasy Cast, episode 25 in the books. We are coming to you live from Jiminy Cricket Studios. I'm here today with my co-host Marvin, aka T Normie.
Hey.
How you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
You had a big win this week. You know, you had a meltdown last week, but you had a turnaround.
Had to flip it back, man. 37 points is hard to come back from, But a couple moves, a couple blowjobs here and there, Kyle helped me out. Thank you.
Oof, Kyle, your butthole must be sore. Well, and I wanted to touch note on my matchup. You know, I had a big matchup with my brother. He's undefeated, unfortunately, still. I put up a big stinker with the whopping 38.96 points, so I did make the quota to make it to this seat today. But, yeah, it was a very disappointing effort for me. I had Fournette, who unfortunately was injured, and Shepard injured, Emmanuel Sanders injured. I had bye weeks, so, there was really nothing I could do, and I just... Mike got the easiest win.
Of course, Brian takes your handcuff right away.
It was a dirty move on Brian's part, and he tried trading me, actually, Chris Ivory for Amir Abdullah, and I was like, I'm not doing that for a 1 week fill-in.
Wow.
It was dirty moves.
Savage move right there, Brian.
And getting right into this week's episode, we're going to be discussing the power rankings for today. I think we could all assume who's number one, and we could all assume who is last. But the meat and potatoes is all in the middle.
Right in the between. And it's still week 7, so we got a lot of time to, people can adjust their lineups, make some more trades here or there. We'll be getting down to the nitty gritty. But week 7, we're here, mid-season. It's time for the real ones to show out and step up.
This is where the cream always rises to the top.
Hey, I like that.
You got lots of cream.
I'm the cream. Not Karimi girls, though. Fuck you, Mike. I'm coming for you. You pee your pants.
Speaking of Mike, I heard you guys have a wager. We might touch base on that a little bit later in the episode. But Mike is the number 1 power ranking person right now, still 7-0.
Yes.
He's got the most points in the league. He's got a solid team top to bottom. And he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, I feel like, later on in the playoffs. I hope I see you again when my team is at full strength.
I must point out, though, looking ahead and looking in the previous weeks, Mike has been getting kind of lucky.
Yeah.
A lot of the games that he's playing against, the opponents do have their best players on bye, or their best players, in your case, injured or sitting out because of injury.
Yeah.
It wasn't the fairest matchup, or it's going to be the fairest matchups for Mike. But hey, you win, you win. A win's a win. You take it how you can get it. As long as you make it to the championship, then that's all that matters, right?
That's true. Coming in at number 2, I'm still going to give that spot to me, even off of my terrible performance. I think I have the right pieces in place. I have a solid team. And, yeah, I'm just giving myself number 2.
Your team is definitely solid. Fournette, he's a top running back this year. I mean, I think he's the best running back in the league, to be honest. And then you got the pickup of the year with Deshaun Watson. I mean, that alone.
Yeah, he's been solid.
He's averaging about 30 points this year, and that's for a quarterback in the league. That's phenomenal. You got the connection with him and DeAndre Hopkins.
Loving it.
The team's pretty solid, Joe. Can't lie, the team's pretty solid.
Coming in at number 3, we're going to give it to the actual ranked number 2 person in De Silva, even though which we didn't realize before we started filming. De Silva has the privilege of playing Kyle twice, and Bobby, this will be his second time playing Bobby this week. So he's had some pretty easy matchups, and he also played Knuckles, who
Yep.
has been dealing with injuries and whatnot. So he's played the bottom half of the league. So I feel like his number 2 ranking is a little skewed.
It's a little skewed, but you must give him credit though. He does make a trade week after week. His team is different every single time you play him, so you don't know what you're going to get when you play against Des the Confused. But hey, man, whatever.
And I've looked into it. He's made 9 trades, I think, so far this season, and it's only been 7 weeks of football.
And if we play by his rules, that would be about $90 out of your pocket, sir. Pay up.
But even you, like, De Silva has always been the trade rapist of the league. Like, everyone usually knows his antics and whatnot, but, like, I'm surprised at how much you've been, like, wheeling and dealing and, like, getting blowjobs left and right from Kyle here and there.
Hey, whatever it takes. Like I said before, when you get 37 points in a week, you lose Aaron Rodgers, you got to do something. You got to do something.
I was very, very surprised how, like, losing Aaron Rodgers, you would think it's all downhill from there, but
that was tough.
With all the trades you made, you kept your core pieces still in place, and I feel like you set yourself up to make a push.
Hey, that's what I'm here for, man. I'm a new guy to the Corpsman. You know, that's my nickname, the new guy. And I'm here to just make a wave and set the pace. You know, just thank you, Kyle. You know, that's all I can keep saying. Thank you.
Well, back to the power rankings now. Coming in at number 4, we got our fearless leader, Dolomite Pimp Squad. Brian, again, has a solid team. Pretty iffy players, some here and there. I know he tried dealing Keenan Allen, and he was holding the Corman episodes hostage, but he gave the people what they wanted, and for that we will reward him.
I mean, Brian did benefit by a trade this year for Chris Hogan, trading, you know, a not-so-hot Matt Ryan.
And he picked up Carson Wentz anyway. He's been on fire.
Wentz also, it's a great pickup on his end. But, you know, like I said, the trades, they come into effect with every team this year, you know. The right trade at the right time, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does. That's one of my weak points. I get too attached to my players, and I don't like giving them up. Like, I have faith. Like, even Martavis Bryant, I've started him the first, 4 weeks of the season. He's done nothing, but yet I still just... I have that faith in him.
It's time to let Martavis Bryant go. If the time has come.
No.
I mean, unfortunately, he sucks.
Yeah, it's been bad.
Number 5, I'll take the honors of this one.
Sure,
number 5 is me, of course. You know, Team Normie, a.k.a. the new guy. It was a hard time getting here. You know, I started off kind of hot, lost back-to-back weeks, but I'm back. You know, I hit a 37-point low, and I had to make some moves, adjustments, you know, do some managing.
Yeah, well, and talking about the Kyle with the little bit of rape, like, you bought low on Cooper where, like, he was extremely, extremely bad, like, all freaking year. But, like, you said you looked at his game log, and, like, he's had multiple 10-target games. Like, yeah, he hasn't been catching the ball, but, like, he's getting the targets. And just so happened that game, he ended up getting 19 targets, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns. You got to be feeling good about that.
I take it.
And Kyle, just to get Taylor Gabriel and Giovanni Bernard for him is like a steal, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he wanted. I gave him what he wanted. I mean, you can see the messages he asked for those players specifically.
You were more than gladly.
Of course, you know. As I would say, step into my office, Kyle. Always open for business, baby.
Coming in at number 6, we have Devonta Bang, your mother.
CJ.
CJ, I feel like his team is very even keel. He's got another solid running back core, and Devontae Freeman and Carlos Hyde, and he's got Landry and Cook, so he's got a solid team. He also has the second most points against in the entire league, so he's had some tough matchups along the way, but he's fighting through it. I got faith in you, C.
Keep doing your thing. You're on the right track.
On to number 7, we have Beers, the secret mystery James, or Flames as we call him. He lurks in the shadows, but another person where, like, he has a very solid team, like top to bottom. And I actually am playing him this week, and it's going to be tough. I'm hoping I don't fall too straight.
You don't want to go back-to-back, you know, and the Bears is the guy that could put you back-to-back. You know?
Yes, yeah, definitely could. That's a scary matchup for me. And on to the next, we have number 8 with Brown bagging it. Bailey, love you. You actually have the most points against in the league, which sucks. But in the same right, your team, and you just made a trade with De Silva for Zeke, and you gave up Julio Jones. Like, Zeke might have only one more game in him before that suspension kicks in. So you might be in some trouble.
Zeke will be gone before the year is out. The NFL keeps pushing. He keeps pushing back, but Zeke will not make it. I mean, he's going to be suspended eventually. And Bailey, that's your star centerpiece right now on your team. You just keep trading players away. I mean, you gave me Antonio Brown, and then you, like Joe said, you moved on with Julio Jones, and now you have Zeke. I mean, yes, he gave you 40-something points this week. That was phenomenal, but you still took a loss. And yeah, I mean, he's going to be suspended.
And when he does lose Zeke, his running backs will be DeAndre Washington, Frank Gore, Marshawn Lynch, and Derrick Henry, which is very, very suspect running backs.
Very suspect. But hey, all the best to you, brother. All the best.
Coming in at number 9, we have our normal co-host, Mr. Knuckles. I got to give Kevin credit. He lost his first and second round pick, and nonetheless, he is still scrapping his way. He's scratching and clawing to try and fight his way back in this. He's made some solid pickups along the way. He got Jerick McKinnon. He just picked up Rob Kelly, who didn't have the best game, but he's working with what he's got right now.
Yeah, I mean, but this week, unfortunately, he does face the number 1 guy in Kareem Egros, and
he's got a lot of buys, right?
A lot of buys. His core is hurting right now. And like I said before, Mike is lucky once again to face a player when they're down.
Yeah.
So, best of luck to you, Knuckles.
It's going to be a tough one this week.
Yeah, I mean, but we're still rooting for you because you need to take him down. Mike, it's going to come to an end.
Going down, Mike.
It's going to come to an end, buddy.
At number 10 now, we are going with Peterson. Is that correct?
That's
I think
correct. We'll take Peterson.
Peterson's another person. He's right in the middle of things. He's at 4-3. He just made a trade earlier today, I believe, with the trade rapist De Silva. He ended up giving him Jordy Nelson, Tariq Cohen, Doug Baldwin for Alshon Jeffrey, LeGarrette Blount, and Michael Crabtree.
Unbelievable.
I don't understand it.
I don't know how he does it week after week, but each player sees the transaction list, sees what he does to other players, and they continue to participate in his
sneaky De Silva,
trades.
sneaky.
What is he doing, man?
I have no idea.
Whatever
he finds,
you got, let me know, man.
He's kind of like you. Like, he gives a little sweet talk here and there, and he'll message you privately.
Yeah. He rubs that belly.
Rubs that belly. On to number, what are we at, 12 now?
No, number 11, I believe. With Bombo.
Yes.
Bombo.
The Berry Menace Bombo Berry. Bombo Barry, me and him, I love him. He's a great guy. He's a pro trade, obviously, as I'm sure you could see. He just thinks anything should just go through. Like, who cares?
Hey, I agree, though.
If they agree to it, they agree to it. I, on the other hand, think that there has to be some balance in things, and I don't think all trades are fair.
Yeah, I mean, if this is the stock market, I would say that Barry is definitely more of a high-risk player. He agrees with... if you own your team, you own your stock pretty much. You can play it how you want to play it.
Yeah.
Some more players are conservative, and we need players like that in the league to definitely have a strong output and a strong opinion.
Yeah, he definitely holds his voice, Bombo.
Definitely. We appreciate that.
Good job, Bombo. Coming in at number 12, we have my brother, I Suck. And yes, he do suck.
Yeah, he sucks. You suck.
He's another person. He's sitting at 2-5 and 13th place right now. He's got some solid guys in Joe Mixon and Jordan Howard, Stephon Diggs, all that, but he just can't find. And now Jordan Reed finally came up, and he even offered me a trade for Jordan Reed, and I turned it down, unfortunately. Should have maybe taken him up on that.
Maybe, especially with your tight end situation not being the strongest.
Yeah, tight ends this year have been a weak spot for a lot of people.
I think Zach Ertz is the best one we got out there so far. It's consistent, at least I could say.
Yeah. Coming in at number 13, we have Kickers Lives Matter.
Who?
Kickers Lives Matter.
Who?
Bobby. Bobby. Let's take a look at Bobby's team real quick. He's another person, I don't know what he has against everyone else. It seems like he only trades with De Silva for some reason. And they've been switching players back and forth here and there. Let me have him this week, and I'll give him back to you next week.
Just having a grand old circle jerk, you two.
Oh, yeah.
Just fucking playing the elephant walk game. Just tugging each other's fucking cocks.
But at least this year, Bobby he is rostering 2 defenses at the point. I'm surprised it's not 2 kickers. But he does have 2 good quarterbacks in Dak Prescott and Tom Brady. I know he's been trying to trade one of them. I'm sure he wants to keep Dak, but Bobby's team, you're going to end up being in second last place because unfortunately, I think we know who is going to be in last place. That is our one and only Kyle.
The bye week himself. I mean, you really are a bye week, bro. I mean, like,
Looks exactly like him.
when you play him, it's an easy victory, man. I mean,
Yeah, Kyle. I was looking at Kyle's team before. If I could back out of my phone here, Kyle's team is basically scrapped together from guys who are just like off the waiver wire. He's got just no-name guys like Alan Hearns, Robert Woods, who he picked up, Giovanni Bernard, Taylor Gabriel. He's got Alex Smith, who's had a good year. He got Thielen back in a trade just the other day. He's got Thompson, who's been all right, but
you don't have one true number one.
yeah, Kyle's team's just in shambles, and he's going down with the ship.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that is our 1 through 14 breakdown.
And like we said before, there's plenty of time for you guys to move up in the rankings, move down in the rankings. I mean, Mike, you are going down eventually. I mean,
hope
the
so.
way it's looking for you, though, you're looking pretty up, buddy.
Can't let Mike get his name on that trophy again.
But I mean, the league this year is pretty competitive. I mean, the trades keep everything interesting, and it's a good season so far for the Corpsmen. It's a very good year.
I agree. All right, so on to our next segment now with the GIF of the week. Woo! With our first nominee, we have Devonta Bang Your Mother with I Almost Got Raped.
With our second nominee, we have Dolomite Pimp Squad with Pee Your Pants.
Our third nominee, Team Normie with Step Into My Office. The doors are always open.
Like 7-Eleven.
And our winner is Devonta Bang Your Mother! With all the chaos that has been going on in the league, with all the trades and whatnot, I feel like CJ earned this GIF. It
definitely did.
It was at the right moment. Like, I don't know who exactly sent in the trade. It was probably De Silva, but like with the Will Ferrell, like I almost just got raped, and then he just hit the climb.
It's priceless.
Good job, CJ.
Hey, keep it up, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Rapid fire!
You gotta get swifty.
Rapid fire!
Gotta get swifty in here.
Rapid fire!
It's time to get swifty.
Rapid fire! All right, so let's jump right into things here with best bench player. I got to give it to my brother Chris. I suck with Jordan Reed on his bench with 18.4 points. He's been starting Austin Aaron Jenkins most weeks, but he even offered me Jordan Reed for Shepard. I turned it down, unfortunately. But yeah, Chris, you still pulled out the victory, but...
Girl start of the week, myself. I mean, I went out there and I traded for Amari Cooper. He's been averaging 2 points a game. When I got on my team, he blew up for 30.
Yeah, that was a solid guru start by you, sir. On to the next one, the team of the week. Again, we got to give it to you. You know, I mean, you went from 38 points to 124 points. Your team is looking up, so yeah, good things to come maybe for you.
Hey, you never know. And the key matchup for next week, we're looking forward to this one. We got Brown Bagging It versus Devonta Bang Your Mother. These guys are power ranked at 6 and 7 for us this week, and yeah, it's gonna be a close one. Winner goes on to 4 and 3, or 4 and 4.
Yeah, 4 and 4.
And then the loser will be at 3 and 5. Ouch, that's gonna be a tough.
Yeah, one of them is on their way up, and one of them's looking like the devil be on the way down.
This is the key matchup. I mean, the season could end right here, fellas.
So before we shut things down for the night, there's one other thing we wanted to touch base on, and that was I hear you and my brother have a little wager, and the losers to pee their pants. So tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, Mike is feeling very, very high and mighty. You know, he disrespected our commissioner today. Actually, you know, he wanted Chris to be the new commissioner of the new league. Not even in Yahoo. Like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? But I guess that's how it gets when you're first place. You know, you're on a winning streak. You're undefeated. But pretty much, you know, I'm challenging him. I don't think his team is all that great.
You ain't scared?
I'm not scared. My team's on the rise, and pretty much, I just said, I mean, he offered the bet. I mean,
Yeah, Mike's adamant for some reason about peeing his
what's-
pants.
he likes peeing his pants, doesn't he? He must do it a lot. I don't know. But I accepted the challenge, and I'm here for it. I mean, pretty much the bet breaks down like this. According to Mike, he said for the next 2 weeks, whoever has the most points does not have to pee their pants. Whoever has the least points has to pee their pants. So
And you guys play each other next week, right?
Yes. We
So
play each
that's
other
gonna
next
be
week. So we'll
interesting.
see how the points lay out, and somebody's gonna piss their pants on the foreman.
Ho ho!
You know.
Get your popcorn ready.
And that's going to be it for the night, fellas.
So once again, it's a pleasure to be here in the Jiminy Cricket Studios. We'll catch you next time, folks. Acque, ave, save. I tried, Kevin.
Like Beckham say, ouch for the corpsman. Be like Brian, fuck a couch for the corpsman. Slut daughter suck a dick for the corpsman. Fight dogs like Michael Vick for the corpsman. Trade the first round pick for the corpsman. Catch A's and get sick for the corpsman. I pee my pants for the corpsman. I'd risk it all and take a chance for the corpsman. Cut off my hands for the corpsman. I cancel all my fucking plans for the corpsman. Even star Eric Decker for the corpsman. Dome knife cut off my pecker for the corpsman. Bring back Peyton Manning for the corpsman. I'm white girl fanning for the corpsman. Fuck a bitch brown bagging for the corpsman. My wife stay nagging about the corpsman. Leave your wives for the corpsman. Joke about black lives for the corpsman. Find the best good gif for the corpsman. Set my lineup, take a sniff for the corpsman. I'd take last place for the corpsman. Bobby and Chris can't show their face to the corpsman. Fornication trying to Kareem for the corpsman. Mike yelling, keep dreaming for the corpsman. Marvin Kyle, newbies to the corpsman. Let your daughter flash her boobies for the corpsman. De Silva making trades for the corpsman. So bad he can't get laid by the corpsman.